Welcome to our studio session.
Hello! So coming up in this episode, we've got some sock knitting machine action for you, and a little chat about gift knitting and crocheting. But yeah. So during our last episode, we were in the throes of preparation for Stollen Wolle, weren't we?
We were so busy getting ready and running around,
Yeah, like headless chickens.
Yeah, headless chickens.
It feels very different now.
Yeah.
Now it's done. It
It's
happened.
done. Yeah, it happened and it was lovely, wasn't it?
It was lovely. It feels very empty in here after this was full of our lovely exhibitors and lots of lovely visitors.
Yes.
So, yeah, I think we have some photos of the day which I'll pop up on the screen for you. But yeah, what a lovely time we had.
That was lovely, all the artisans and all the different yarns and things. It was
People
nice.
enjoying themselves.
Yeah. And
So
also we made Glühwein and had like some other foodie things, which was well received.
yes, and didn't you say the next morning when you walked into the studio?
Yeah, when I opened up the studio, I just walked in, opened the door, and then there was this waft of Glühwein and Lebkuchen. It was lovely. And I think it lasted like for 2 days. You walked in the morning and then, what is this smell?
Yeah, it's the spice smell has stayed for quite a long time, which is really nice.
It's unfortunately gone now.
It is gone now. This morning it smelled of stir fry because we made a stir fry in here last night.
Which is fun.
But so it was, I had a really nice time at Stollen Wolle. All of my family turned up. Yeah, I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters. We all have kids as well, and pretty much all of them came on the day. So if you saw people who looked like me but weren't quite like me, then you probably met one of my siblings.
And they all helped, didn't they?
It was really lovely.
Nice,
I felt very supported by them, which was really nice. I mean, Josh owed me anyway. He owed us because we spent the previous weekend digging his allotment. So, fair's fair.
Fair play. You paid back,
Yeah. No, it was really, really, really nice. Think we'll probably do it again.
Yeah, I think so,
Yeah. So anyway, straight after Stollen Wolle, I went away. I went back with Sharon, who was one of the exhibitors here. She is one half of Dragon Hill Studio. Went back to her place, and the very next day we headed down to Somerset for a week of playing accordions. So I've been a bit out of the picture for a while, trying to get my head back into yarn, but it's all full of music instead. It's no bad thing really. So anyway, what were you up to while I was away?
I just dyed like odd pieces and things, and also like tidied up the studio a bit. And
you were under strict instructions not to work too hard.
No, I did a little bit, but I dyed some Shetland yarn. So the last of the Shetland 4-ply yarn I dyed, and it's in stock now. And I did like some commission dyeing, and I was winding yarn as well for somebody. So
yeah, didn't you get paid for that in Piccalilli and homemade jam?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, we won't say who, but
no, Piccalilli was lovely. It's empty now, it's gone.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, well, while I was away, obviously I was playing quite a lot of music, but I did find time to do some knitting. But again, it's my secret Santa project, so I still can't show you.
No, you can't.
But
you can't show off all your progress.
I can't show you but I am making progress. In fact, I reckon I'll have it finished this time. Next week it will be done. But I did take down with me a Stollen sock kit. Hang on, which I'll show. Yeah, so these weren't finished last episode, but they are now because we launched them at the event. So yeah, we put little kits together for them. So you've got about 60 grams of the undyed yarn, and then a mini skein of each colour in the colour work, and
the pattern.
And the pattern. So I took a set of this down with me because there was somebody who was doing the same accordion course who wanted to learn to knit socks and decided to dive right in the deep end, having never knitted in the round, had never done colour work, let alone a Latvian braid.
Yeah, that's
this.
Yeah. So
this is the Latvian braid. This is standard colour work. She'd never knitted in the round. She had to do it starts with a German twisted cast on, so not the easiest of cast ons. Knitting in the round, knit 2 purl 2 ribbing, which if and she did it magic loop, so it's really easy to introduce accidental yarn overs when you're messing around with the cables. She did all that. She did a Latvian braid, started the colour work, and she's now on the heel. So there you go.
I think she will finish it. Definitely.
I'm sure she will finish it. We'll see if she makes a second sock.
Yeah.
But there is something to be said for diving straight in the deep end.
That's not easy,
if you've got somebody who can help you out with the techniques involved, then it's good.
Yeah.
Well, she's doing great. So I've been gift knitting.
Mm-hmm.
I thought maybe it'd be worth having a little chat about gift knitting. It's something a lot of people do this time of year, or if they're super organised, unlike us.
To start in the summer.
Then you start in the summer. But it's very easy to put a lot of pressure on yourself to make things for other people, especially at this time of year when sort of warm, woolly gifts are generally quite well received. But you also hear stories of people putting a lot of effort into something and it not being well received or it not being well looked after. So there's often a lot of discussion about whether it's worth doing gift crafting or not. And I just wondered what you think about it.
Well, I mean, I would make sure before I put a lot of effort in that person is really knit worthy. And it doesn't go in the washing machine, get shrunk, or something
Yeah. So you will do it. But
I will do it, and I've done it in the past, but I make really sure that I choose my recipients carefully.
Yeah. Well,
That's a lot of work, isn't it?
It is a lot of work. Yeah. You don't want to be putting hours of work into something for somebody who goes, oh, why did you do that? You could have just bought it in a shop.
Yeah.
That's like the absolute worst.
Yeah.
But last year, the Secret Santa, you made a fisherman's rib hat for our brother-in-law.
Yeah.
And every cold day,
he wears it.
Yeah. Yeah, in fact,
that's all right.
He even told me that he wears it in bed.
What?
Maybe you didn't need to know that. But yeah. So when the recipient appreciates it, feels like it's worth it.
Yeah, and it's worth it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm generally quite a selfish knitter. I tend to make things for myself.
Yeah, I do as well.
Yeah. But part of the reason for that is because I'm doing design stuff for Rivenets. But also it's my hobby. So you don't do yoga for somebody else, do you?
No, I don't.
Well, I don't do yoga for anyone, but maybe I should. But it's one of those weird things about knitting and crocheting that there's this kind of expectation that you should do it for other people, but I don't think you should feel like that.
No, I think people should make things for themselves as well. And it's not a problem. I knitted myself a jumper. Hey, yeah, why not?
Yeah, I think so. So I don't think anybody should feel pressure to do things. But I think the system we've fallen into in the last few years has worked really well for us, because we do this crafty secret Santa with our family. So I am gift knitting, but I'm doing one thing.
Yeah, but you do a bigger thing. Because
but I'm doing a big thing, and something like a project I can really get my teeth into. Yeah. So I don't like doing lots of little projects. I know some people like that instant gratification of like small projects, but I prefer a project that will, you know, take me on for a few weeks or whatever. And so I'm getting to do that for somebody. That's nice. It feels much lower pressure. Yeah. You've been working on your gift, haven't you?
Yes, I did. So I did, I did, you taught me how to use the sock machine.
Yeah.
Shall I show what I've done?
Yeah.
It's actually this yarn which somebody gifted to me from our stitch focus.
Yeah.
So I learned how to use the sock machine and I made this.
Hold it a bit closer. Cause
a Christmas stocking.
A very German Christmas
stocking. Very
German.
There will be Lebkuchen in there, hopefully no Glühwein, I'll stain it. So I've made one, not enough yarn to make a second one, so that will be hung up on the boat, and hopefully Santa fills us with all lovely things.
So how did you find the process of learning to use the sock machine?
Yeah, it's a lot to take in, but it's all right when the machine was set up properly, because the machine was like in a box for the summer. Yeah. And it wasn't really set up, and we had like a drop stitches,
didn't we?
But then when it worked, it was all right. Still made a few mistakes.
And how did you find me as a teacher?
Very good. How did you find me as a student?
Much more patient than I expected. I expected at least one strop, and you didn't.
I didn't rip it all out and throw it on the floor.
No, you didn't storm out of the room. And, no. So it went quite well, actually, didn't it? Yeah. So, what bit did you enjoy the most out of the process of making the sock? So you've got, just to go through it, you've got to cast on, and then you've got to put the ribber on.
I didn't mind the cast on with the bonnet, but I think I didn't like the ribber because you can't see if you drop a stitch.
Yeah, so you put the ribber on, and then we'll show you in a minute. And then there's this metal plate that prevents you from seeing any of the work. Then when you finish the ribbing, you can take that bit off. Yeah. So then you've got the straight bit down the cuff, which is just
that was my favourite bit. 90 rows of like cranking,
as they call it,
and observing no drop stitches. That was easy.
Yeah. How about the heel?
Yeah, I think that was all right. 2 down, 1 up. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was all right.
And then back to there, and then the toe has worked the same way as the heel.
Yeah. I mean, it was all right.
Yeah.
So I will. Yeah.
Okay, so Markus did another sock since this one, and we've done a time lapse of it. If you look very closely, you will see a couple of dropped stitches. And I come in to fix them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But the time lapse.
But on the time lapse, they're like.
Becky is the quickest fixer. It just takes like.
You're the quickest sock knitter in the West. Anyway, enjoy that footage.
It's mesmerising, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe we'll do some more sock machine stuff in future. Let us know in the comments if you'd like to see more sock machine stuff. But yeah, otherwise, enjoy Markus making a sock.
So that was my sock knitting experience, and now we're going to play some music.
Yes, we are. It's two schottisches, which is a kind of dance. The first one is called Le Petit Chien by Andy Cutting, and the second one is called Schottisch Urbaine, and that's by Grégory Jolivet. Enjoy, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.